Peace and blessings. Happy Tuesday. It's autumn season. Things are in a beautiful, nice way. Change is inevitable. It's bound to happen. It will. Nevertheless, it's the only constant thing in life is change. You either change with or allow the times to change, but nevertheless, it's something to get comfortable. Do I have a special one for you all today? I just dropped a few little snippets of what this is about. A few shorts actually on my YouTube. If you're new to my YouTube, reach 500 subscribers this year. Also, to get monetized, I'm reaching for high goals. I set a high bar. The level is high. It's a pretty far out there goal, maybe. I don't know. But I got like 600 more videos that I'm working on this year. I'm going to go ahead and reach my goal. So that's what I'm working on. You guys can help me out by doing so. Also, September 22nd will be my third year in business. It'll be Team Angie's third birthday. So I would love for you guys to embark on this milestone with me and celebrate with me. September 22nd, Team Angie's birthday, third year in business. Third year of going strong. The marathon continues, nevertheless. Peace and blessings. Before we get started with this message and this video today, I'd like to start off Daily Book of Inspiration as it being November. Wow, I'm pushing this year fast and forward. I'm looking forward to something in the month of November, by the way. But for the month of September, September the 16th, this is today's positive word for you all. Whether you're watching this live or replay, TV, laptop, your mobile device, I appreciate you. And all I ask is you do is subscribe to my channel and enjoy this positive word for today, which is especially for you. I designed you to live in union with me. It actually makes you more fully yourself. When you try to live independently of me, you experience emptiness and dissatisfaction. You may gain the whole world and yet lose everything that really counts. Find fulfillment through living close to me, yielding to my purpose for you. Though I may lead you along paths that feel alien to you, trust that I know what I am doing. If you follow me wholeheartedly, you will discover facets of yourself that were previously hidden. I know you intimately, far better than you know yourself. In union with me, you are complete. In closeness to me, you are transformed more and more into the one I designed you to be. What a powerful word, enjoying peace in his presence. Written by Sarah Young, book called Jesus Calling. Today, coming from this special book. But this book and this word was inspired from the book of the Bible, nevertheless. And those books in the Bible that inspired this reading for today comes from the book of Mark, chapter 8, verse 36. Also, the book of Psalms, chapter 139, verse 13 through 16. And last but never the least, Second Corinthians, the book. Second Corinthians, chapter 3, verse 17 through 18. This is your word. I feel like I kind of rushed through it, but yeah, you might want to run this video back and really soak in that word. I have, you can see my book is barely hanging on. I have a lot of little bookmarks in here, a lot of little company things, like as far as your team manager, my taxes, different little settlements, the state, different little notes, different little things that mean something to me. Also, bookmarks like this one just popped into place. Thank God for that. Dope, especially when it says, I know what I am doing, but let me run that back. Find fulfillment through living close to me. A lot of people are empty in this world because they seek fulfillment in so many things that's perishable. fortune, fame, success, notoriety as far as titles go. You want a little bit of notoriety because you're now a manager, CEO, or whatever the case may be. Yielding to my purpose for you, though I may lead you along paths that alienated to you. This here makes me sad thinking about, staying on the path of righteousness when you feel like everything is going wrong, but you feel like you're doing the right thing. Nevertheless, doing the right thing also comes with times of uncertainty where you're not sure if this is really going to pan out to what you imagine it to be. It's not an easy walk with Christ, but it's simple nevertheless. It's just trusting step by step that you're on the right path and that God will lead you and continuously guide you in. Whatever He requires of you, whatever He asks for you, He's already prepared the way for you to be successful and to achieve those things and to conquer all obstacles. For we are more than conquerors through Christ Jesus who strengthens us. And sometimes instant success, you see these people on the internet blowing up and people in music and all of these industries, right? You try your best, you put your all into it, and you're not as successful as those you see around you, maybe even your peers, maybe even people you don't know, just people in the industry, and it makes you sometimes feel inadequate or unequipped to be successful. But nevertheless, your journey is your journey. You can feel like that sometimes. It feels like that sometimes. But that's just the trust that he knows he knows what he's doing. If we follow him wholeheartedly, we will discover parts of ourselves that were previously hidden. Parts of ourselves like overcoming obstacles, realizing that we have more strength than we even knew, realizing that we are more capable and strategic of thinking things through and figuring things out, figuring we have more confidence, more and more of who we are. I'm doing things in this digital marketing industry with Team Angie, through Team Angie, that I've never done before, that I never even imagined. And what's to come, what's next is far more than I can even think of. And it's just like it's a apple opportunity. Excuse me. I was just drinking a little parfait. I don't really like eating food or drinking stuff like that. America is so corrupt. I don't know what to trust as far as what to eat or to drink. Of course, here in Michigan, I've been in the Midwest my whole life. Born and raised Chicago, Illinois, but spent a lot of time in Michigan, Wisconsin, Ohio, Indiana, and just these states around here. But yeah, I'm just drinking a little water right now. I had a little parfait, but I'm looking at it. I'm like, I had to put my glasses on for a bit because I'm like, what's in here? It tastes good, but then I'm like, something too good can't be that good. Like the ingredients, I'm like, I could barely see this stuff. I gotta put glasses on and look all in there and turn it sideways. I'm like, do I need a fucking magnifying glass to figure out what's in here? And I'm just like, nah, I'm good. Took another sip, like, yeah, it's good, but I'm good. And I'm like, man, maybe that's my discernment on this stuff. Maybe not right. It was a farmhouse drink, a little parfait. Try to do a little healthy shit from time to time, but whatever, right? I don't really know what's healthy or not. Eat a little salad. They got all types of manufactured stuff in it. It's just crazy, dog. I don't know what's going on in the world. I really be conscious to eat anything or drink anything. I'm surviving off of the Holy Spirit because I'm like, I don't want this stuff, man. I'm cool. Damn, I was trying to. It's like I wanted to share something with y'all. This is a way to make some easy money online. Check out my post on my YouTube page in a second. You'll discover new things about yourself too, as far as making money online. These things are adding onto you. It's just me following my dream. God was telling me, like, go ahead, Joe. I got something for you. It ain't gonna be an easy path. It ain't what you used to, but just trust me and I'm going to guide you. And on September 22nd, 2022, that's what I did. I took a leap of faith, that not one part of it. It's a intricate journey. Um, Self development, nevertheless. Just like what I read, I'm finding out parts of myself that I didn't even know exist. Parts that I really wish that I knew younger in my life, in my past, my journey, or whatever. I know you better than you know yourself. And when you're with me, you are complete. In closeness to me, you are transformed more and more into the one I designed you to be. That's what I feel like what's going on in my life now. Because also on this path, I've had a calling to do what I'm doing. I had a moment today about this moment here and now. Like what I'm doing, I'm not really feeling like I'm getting what I want from it. Actually and honestly, I don't. I was kind of questioning God earlier today about is this what I should be doing? Should I carry on? And I was like, what I want, what I need, what I'm doing is for. Is this what I need to be doing? Should I carry on? Pardon me. And the answer was yes. Don't worry. It's not easy to be doing what I do or to carry on and direct. Nevertheless, I have a lot of faith that who I am to become and what I need in life, what I really want in life is through this path. Just check out my drip real quick. Suspiciously good looking, ain't I? But yo, why I said all that is so you can be prepared for this video because of course, like I have opportunities, ample opportunities to make things happen on my own time, but being patient is a virtue, waiting on it to go. And I say that with love and kindness because I care about the sufferings of mankind. We put ourselves in positions to suffer because we lack patience, we lack knowledge, and we lack the wisdom to know how and when to use the knowledge that we receive. So egotistical that we don't even want to hear knowledge from time to time. So we can be wise to know we have options to use when these temptations come around, and we have the courage to stand still, not accept your offer. This world is constantly offering us the things to destroy and lead us into eternal damnation. Constantly, even though my journey started a year ago, it ain't nothing like I thought it would be. As far as like with everything, when I saw it, it was like, okay, let's get to it. While I'm in the midst of getting to it, it's like, okay, I'm not seeing the results that I desired and drift off course, right? And that's constant, especially when you need things, you think things are a priority or you should stay focused on certain things in life. It's really challenging, nevertheless, and it makes you question if you're on the right path. But one thing about spending time in God's presence, He reveals to you who you are and who you are to become and who He's trying to show you who you are. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's how you get to know yourself, what you're really capable of, and just giving your battles to. Just forgive me for doubting, forgive me for not having any trust in you, which I really want to, but I just don't. And why I don't, because this is what I need, and this is why I need it, and you know what I need, but I don't want to keep trying to figure it out on my own. I need help, and I give my problems unto you because you can figure them out. And that gave me a lot of peace, and it kind of fulfilled me. Not kind of, it did, but it was a sad moment in time, to be feeling. But, just like we manifest, we don't know what's coming. We don't know how it's coming. We just know that we're doing our best to receive that experience. And I believe that wholeheartedly. I know that wholeheartedly. And therefore, I was kind of calmed a little bit in my spirit because the way things are unfolding, I don't have any uh, clues or anything. Like, I'm just allowing the universe to unfold the way that it should, and having that type of trust and faith in this universe or in God, period. Somebody you don't see, somebody you barely even really know, but you get to know more, more you spend time. And the more I spend time, the more I just practice, not practice, but allow God to do things and actually trust that He can and will, and it will be done. It's building my faith and my courage more and more and more. Just seeing the way things are a hard thing, especially when you know how to make things happen. But it's humbling experience nevertheless, and it's doable. Just one step at a time is how I do it. But the dangers of taking powers and control in your own hand, it comes with consequences. Also, believing in all these people who claim to have the answer for you as far as your soul, because that's what this is about, what I'm about. Of course, I want to live the best life possible here in the flesh, and I want the best things, right? But sometimes it's just like these things aren't for us, meaning no matter how we desire them, it's not what's for us. We can force things to work, of course. We can get in with certain crowds that pull certain strings, but and eventually we just end up emptying ourselves more and more into this world until we're beat up, beat down, and looking for a quick fix. This video is an awareness video of the dangers that lurks around and joining certain crowds, and looking for that quick way to success. Now it's a little lengthy. I'm gonna warn you guys, but stick around. You're gonna enjoy it all. I promise. All right, but let's get into it. My bad. All right. These people, what they offer ain't right. These people be playing in secrecy, right? Success comes to those who wait. You want to grow things organically. People keep saying, "Hey, I can help you grow your following." This, that. Like, yeah, whatever, right? You can get the fuck out of my way. You gotta be careful of that. Like, of course, I want followers. Of course, I want views. Of course, I want all these things. But what I'm doing is going to get. If I get it over time, that's nice. Well, but nevertheless, it's going to happen, and it's happening. I don't need your help to quickly get a lot of people in my mix that ain't right for me. Just like last year when I started digital marketing, I had to cut a lot of people off and not be so available to everybody because a lot of motherfuckers was really just using me, to be honest. A lot of people was in my way as well, and a lot of people was trying to put doubt into my heart, which I don't really care. I can travel this road alone, which I will do if I have to, but at the end of the day it was just like uh you got to be mindful and careful on who all you invite into your presence, into your domain, into your aura field, because sometimes these demons will look as happy as you want to, as happy as you think, but deep and down inside, you don't know what their intentions is. Just like a few people that came my way, la la, happy, smiley, whatever, some mischievous stuff. I'm looking at it, I'm like, wow, really? But it is what it is, not to be holding grudges on people. Like, do what you do, but just know that we through. And it was draining. The fucking parasites. A lot of people drain you for your resources. They drain your energy. They drain your life. It's a lot, dog. And these people do not mean you well. So when they be in my inbox, it's like, I could do this for you. I could do that. I just because they're offering me a quick solution to something that's already being solved. And a lot of people like to come with that. Those are tricks of the enemy. I can do this for you. I can do that. And I highly recommend y'all go watch these three latest shorts I dropped on YouTube because these code members explain it well. But nevertheless, check this out though. Look what's inside these. I got the solutions for you because it's a part of the enemy's trick to cause chaos and to cause a slight solution. Check this out. Let's see what these people really be doing behind closed doors and how they be recruiting people. Just in case y'all are a little sensitive to some stuff, viewer discretion advised. I'm gonna show it all. For the secret power of lawlessness is already at work, but the one who now holds it back will continue to do so till he is taken out of the way. Second Theologians chapter 2, verse 7.
Don't trust this. Look at this. It's been there for years.
Oh yeah, hold on. Go any further. I want to show y'all this little money making activity that's on my YouTube uh post. If I can remember what the fuck. Okay. It just say Bitcoin on there actually. Probably ain't gonna be able to see it. Oh yeah, you can see it now. This little yellow app right here, right? It say Bitcoin wallet. It's right here. This little yellow app right here. Bitcoin wallet. It's on my YouTube thing. But anyway, right? They giving out free Bitcoin. It look like this when you log on. Man, it's going pretty quick. But this all free cryptos they giving me. And they got like little things. All I do is at the bottom for the next 60 days, I check the price of Bitcoin and then I read an article. This how we find out about. I mean, I like to read finances, but we finna get into some more stuff in a minute. And then this is the markets at the bottom, and I just check Bitcoin market, and then I do those two things every night at 12, and I get free cryptocurrency. That's what I've been talking about. So you just put yourself in position, just like with the XRP. The same thing I'm doing on this was the same thing I was doing with the XRP, but when the XRP dropped, I was acting like it wasn't nothing. I didn't see the vision, and I missed the great come up. Thank God that I came up a little bit to have, like these new millionaires who y'all be hearing the stories. This is for real. But I just wanted to share the opportunity with y'all because you don't have to be selling out and worrying about a lot of things because God provides your every need. These are the extras you could be getting if you know apply yourself. What I be saying, success is 90% mindset, 10% skills that you can have if you apply if desired. Everybody who has freedom has investments working for them. This is a way that your money can be working for you and can be working for you.
Everything in there?
And then 90-day challenge running as well. So if you guys want to join this 90-day challenge, learn while you my business, the link's going to be below. So yeah, you want to check it out. Also, my digital art, my NFTs is at the bottom of my website. So you just stroll down a little bit and you'll check it out.
Where did the house stand?
Right here.
Let's go up here.
Satanic ritual abuse is a worldwide phenomenon. For over 35 years, have been coming forward with testimonies of horrific crimes. These grisly accounts include injustices at the hands of satanic cults and government and control programs. Government mind control.
Was this like a little garage or a port here? There was a little...
You walked up these steps, and the entrance to Mark's house was right here. And his living room was in here. This was kind of a living room area. I don't know, it was down, probably just parking garage or something. But this is the last place I saw Mark in a place. We came up here on whether it was Christmas Eve or the solstice, whenever the church had the Christmas. We went from the church up here to Mark's house. Up here, we went in. Mark came out from dressed in white. He had a white shirt, white slacks. We drank. Next thing you know, we're going in the back seat of the car. And we somewhere around 20-minute drive or about 20-minute drive. It's hard to guess because I was pretty drugged up by then. I'd go in and out of sleep. It could have been longer. But this was the last physical place where Mark was intact and alive. This was his house. And I've been here every year since 1985 coming back. And this year they tore it down. For whatever reason, they didn't tear that down, but they tore his house down. And I know for a fact they were using this place way after Mark was gone. No trespassing. For what? What are we going to steal, right? Mark had a cave back here somewhere up in those mountains. It was his hiding place. It was his safe place. I went there once.
Father, after I was born, apparently gave me the gift of a baby bunny, a bunny named Chimo. And we grew up together, me and Chimo. being in a cage with Chemo in the basement on the floor. I had no clothes on, and the only comfort I had was that rabbit. Hugging that rabbit, curled up, sleeping with that rabbit on the floor. The comfort of his fur, the comfort of his warmth. And I was about 4 or 5 years. We had babysitters come in. These babysitters were teenagers. I don't know where my parents were. I don't know where any adults were. But these babysitters were vicious. They were as well to both my brother and I the times that they had babysat in the past. This particular night I'm wearing a hoodie. They had thrown me down on the floor and pulled my nightie up over my face. And then they pulled the nightie back down so I could see what they were doing. They said, give him one more hug, say goodbye to Chemo. And they lifted up Chemo. And they slashed him open. And all of his insides fell out on top of me. And they said, don't tell anybody about this. Cross your heart and your eye. Don't tell anybody. And I said, I won't tell anyone. I won't tell anyone. And they had me with. And they cut my chest across on my chest with a knife. I still have a scar on my chest to this day from where they did that, and they said that they would do to me what they did to Chemo if I ever told anybody about what had happened.
This in 2016, and it's been going on way before this, way before 2016. And what's been going on, what I mean when I say this is the fear tactics. Using it to this day in different ways, different forms, different fashions to scare tactics. It's really sad. For the parents in Dallas, California, this stuff is happening everywhere. It ain't what you look like either. It ain't the people who you think it is either.
Father, bless everyone.
These people are
Touch this crowd, the enemy in the air, on the ground, Father, in Jesus' name. We love you. Amen.
Many of you this evening do not know what we've uncovered in the last 35 years. And it isn't going away. It's not. It is not subsiding. It is bad or of satanic evolution. And there's an agenda so bad, so broad, so strong that God can reveal and give insight to it. 2,600 years ago in the book of Daniel.
If anybody, go back to the 60s even, covers came out and pentagrams and stuff about Satan. The Satanic Bible was written, I believe, and put out by Anton LaVey, the Church of Satan in California. And that was, even though they were claiming that they didn't believe in a real Satan, but satanic principles, the 9 statements, that was, again, a popular, I call that popular Satanism, because you can join for $25 and so forth. So that's popular Satanism, but old traditional Satanism was like the Cathedral of the Black Goat in Los Angeles. People that have the Devil's Bible, they believe in Satan, they believe in rituals, they believe in shedding blood. They have in that book how to renounce God, Christ, desecration to a Bible while you're surrendering out. So that's the real old line traditional Satanism. Kind of goes back to European Satanism with the hoods, the black hoods, Latin backwards, things like that.
And I know y'all seen that before. The Pope, Kanye, the Black Hood. This stuff is no coincidence. They showing you who their allegiance to. Be careful and be mindful, but pay attention to them, what they're doing, because these are friends, families, people you would never really even know that's into this type of stuff. But yeah, they're going to expose a lot of signs and symbols and people that do whatever for a little bit of notoriety, a little bit of fame, a little bit of extra. We all receive our daily bread from time to time, which is food, shelter, water. Those are the only things you need in life: food, shelter, and water. And of course, us is added into man. That's what the ego comes in, because the man always is never satisfied. These rituals keep happening because they're never satisfied. The blood that they cause and take from whatever, right? It's never enough, basically.
But
Never
underneath
enough.
all of that, we talk about psycho-Satanism, Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, individual people. They got into Satanism on their own. They may have gotten demonized, and they go out and commit horrific acts and things like that. So we would call that oriented Satanism too. But then underneath something darker, and we would say generational, but it's generational in my view of thousands of years. Now we would track what we're talking about here. First of all, I call them the real Luciferians. They would call themselves, under the Nazi terminology, the Black Flame Order, or the Ancient Brotherhood. Now, these are individuals that they remind me of those in Daniel, the astrologers, sorcerers, the Chaldeans. I mean, they were really knowledgeable about rituals, knowledgeable about all of it. And they were clearly into human sacrifice, blood sacrifice. So when we begin to deal with this, and this is related to the satanic ritual abuse where they split personality, demonize, and program, this kind I would still call the real Luciferian, where they create what they call chanting chosen. They're going to be ones that will, and they believe whether we not be the troops of Antichrist, things like this. Now, to deal with this, it was something of the victims and helping them and working with them.
$40 million, and they're not talking about the people that's actually in it. They're talking about the people who's getting out of it. Now, what a number to think about. 40 million people that's trying to get up out of this stuff. Now, think about the millions of people who's in it, who's having fun, who's recruiting more people by the millions. This is a real spiritual battle that's being prepped in the flesh to get you to choose a side through your thought, things that you continuously think about, your actions, and so forth. That's why I love and I'm so passionate about speaking about and advocate for mental health awareness, because it's a real battle of the mind, battle of the spirit. And if you lose battle of your mind, you're already gone halfway. One thing and the last thing, and I'm gonna try to stop skipping. Pausing. it, But what you heard we said is what they really believe. Belief can be tainted and altered. Belief can be placed into your mind, just like they have you believe in the world history, these different day entities, Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, the Tooth Fairy. I don't know if this stuff is real or not, but is a way that you to believe in, especially when you're young and impressionable, and somebody's throwing their thoughts into your mind and they're molding you to want to believe this until where it becomes not a belief anymore, but it's something that you actually live by and you actually think you know. That's the reason why they're so believe in this stuff, and then they eventually feel in their heart that they know this is the way of life. That doesn't mean it's right. That doesn't mean it's wrong. It just means that belief leads to a solid foundation. It can lead to a solid foundation the more you get into your belief system and not really know what's real for yourself. That's why I don't really say I believe in anything. I like to know for a fact before I start to try to even entertain those thoughts. And it's about power. You hear them say they're God man from the devil, satanic, who also came from heaven above. The problem with that to me is that there's only one high power. And Satan obviously didn't have his own kingdom to rule. Therefore, he wasn't the high power and is not the highest power, the highest of the high. And therefore, he needs help to fight that high power. And he needs your help in subtle ways, in different ways, by continuously pushing thoughts in your mind to get you to join these things, to make you feel inadequate, to make you feel you lack, to make you be like a young thug or Macy Gray, or all of these entertainers are just some that I could say of right now. I don't, whatever, right? I'm not here to judge these people, but nevertheless, these are the way that the devil speaks to you to let you know that, hey, come over here and join us. Your success is right here. Your big break is showing them the nice Hollywood hills. Like, yo, you want this mansion over there? You want this Bentley right here? You want this secret technology over there? And God was like, you must forgot who has power in his hand because I'm here on earth and I came down as a human being. I know who my father is and I know what we're capable of. And I have all authority. And we share that same authority. That's why I said we're like demigods. We don't, this, there are levels to it. We're not equals to God at all. But he likes to make you think that. And the more he make you think that, you'll start to believe it, and you'll start believing that this thing is real. You will actually start living by it, like those millions of people who was seeking help to get out of that false sense of relief, that solution that they thought was available. If we were made in God's image, why are we gods? That's the same way that they feel. If the devil with his angels and they came in human form, just like Jesus came in human form, he did a lot of righteous things in human form as a God. On the other end, Satan came down here and he started doing a lot of abomination, a lot of things that wasn't so holy and righteous, like mating with women, creating immoral spirits that they're trying to. These are the ones that's here now doing these things. Is what he's talking about. That thinks they're because Satan they think was a god or this stuff. But what I do know is there's a battle between these people and those people, and you have to pick a side throughout your daily life on who you want to serve. I said it, but just discard me. I'm going to keep saying things I really do mean, and I hate to keep interrupting, but certain key symbols and signs and words that are saying like Israel, the I mean, this all for entertainment purposes as well. But you hear these people all the time, and you see what they're doing. They're always in the mix, and forever will be in the mix. But it's starting to make a lot of sense on who they serve. You know, it makes a lot of sense on why they're in the mix of all of this. And back to Israel, but let's bring it home as far as what's going on today in America. If you're an American, and what Trump has been doing lately with the troops, right? Same agenda, different places, different people. I mean, come on now. Time and time again, they're revealing who they are and who they work for and who their allegiance are to. This stuff is all supposed to be for our good, right? But it's about control tactics, like they've been doing. They're going to continue. This crime happening every time. Me as an American, I don't worry about no other country doing anything to us, especially not to me. I'm not out here causing problems with other countries. If they was to strike, I know they're not going to hit me. I don't worry about them. But that's a fear tactic that a lot of people do, right? A lot of people stay focused on. They let that stuff fester in their minds to where I'm on Team America, or I'm on Team Black, I'm on Team White, I'm on Team Blue, or you get caught up in that bullshit. Then you realize, like, hey, this isn't something pure. This isn't something holy. This isn't something that I should be a part of before it gets too late and you get caught up in that dealing with the consequences of that. Ohio, I've spent a lot of time in Ohio. It's a different place. That's all I can say. Every night is Grand Theft Auto. Everybody in the state is always be safe, be cool. I'm like, what's going on around here? Ohio, man. Mm. Feel for him, dog, because I've had that happen to me, and it's not a fun place to be in. It's I don't know, man. It's sad, dog. It's really scary too, as well, because you. I just had one 2 days ago, actually, and this one was way different than any other one. It was a subtle move. Usually, like he said, you can feel a presence. You know when something's going to happen, but this time it was like, I didn't have any clue in the world, and it was just boom. I can't. There's something over my face. It was like, wow, thank God that I had somebody there. It was like, you're all right, and I snapped up out of it. But these are spiritual attacks, and they happen in the flesh. And this, if you are not a spiritual person, I pray this never happens to you. That you never experience any of these sleep paralysis. I don't know why he was chose to experience or why I was chose to experience it, but it is a real thing. I can vouch for that. Yeah. Man, that's wild, dog. They use fear a whole lot since a young lad until a grown man, from babies to men. They're constantly putting fear in their heart, stealing their faith from God so that you won't have no faith at all, have any chance to have faith that there is anything else out there. Some people are born into this stuff. Generation that they feel locked in, but then he's a survivor. There is hope. So it's not only family members or suburban clubs after school or in the community. It's also our local government doing these things. U.S. Advisory Committee on Human Radiation and Mind Control experiments on the public for mind control. Lil Nas X, a lot of these people, they go do crazy things, unthinkable things, and they start to answer for their actions, dealing with their consequences. And they sit there and look like they don't have to believe that a lot of these people are under mind control from time to time to stay in line in case if they have whispers of getting out of this situation and or exposing this situation. It's just my thoughts. Whoa, that shit crazy. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sure where Winnipeg is. Is it Australia, Canada? We'll find out. If y'all know, Oh, sad to be treated like that by your own people. The conditioning that these people go through. For what cause, though? For a little power? I mean, I don't get it. I'm baffled at this moment, to be quite honest. But then again, it's a spiritual battle. I mean, I understand it's not against flesh and blood. These people entertain these thoughts so much, these beliefs so much that they're being used by these entities to do these things. A lot of times, 20 different people that I could recall off that letter, but it was way more than that. And it's like, wow, I've witnessed people that had that issue. There'll be a young child and there'll be an older person, but it's usually like two personalities. And you could kind of know either or. But to deal with something like that, I could only imagine. Not to say that I want to, but it's crazy. I feel for these people, but I'm bringing awareness nevertheless because you not really know who's going through this type of stuff. 40 million in this situation, but there's millions more who's currently involved and who's on their way to something like this. Justin Bieber, I just did a thing about Lil Wayne. These were kids in this situation who I believe so, and it's not just white or black. It's all cultures, all colors of people. Mm. Mm-mm. So before before we carry on, it's deeper than money with all of these things. Look at what I got. Money comes with it, we do it for the money. But nevertheless, it's about getting you into this field so they can do what it is they really want to do by enticing you with an opportunity to be financially set. Some sell out for that reason, meaning using their gifts for corruption. Technology, of course, technology that would help us advance as human beings as far as medicines and devices we use, cell phones or whatever, uh, computers, different things that you can use to advance your knowledge and well being as far as doing research and different little things like that or whatever, right? But once you start using your God's gift to corrupt mankind, to destroy mankind, that's where the issue lies. And thinking that you're going to come do something righteous, just like a lot of people with entertainment, music, movies, they have a dream and they have a talent and they have a gift. And of course, they want to capitalize. Of course, everybody want to capitalize off their talents and gifts. You think you have a chance to evolve and advance, but nevertheless, you're just accepting the devil's hand to do the devil's deeds. Not all the time, but majority of the time. And these are the signs and symbols to know who's offering you what these people come with, and also what they ask you to do and be a part of. These scientists have a chance, but nevertheless, they were doing the same program, or maybe they were mind control as well to continue on this program knowledge passed down from the previous people who they had doing these things. Mhm. man, and like no joke at all. Very, very serious. They need you. Now this is where I started with the shorts. If you haven't seen it yet, this is part of it. One of three parts that I dropped on this topic specifically. I can't even try it. Whatever, right? I really believe, man. He kind of blocked those thoughts out of his mind. Sad, dog. He really trying to block these thoughts out of his mind. I heard Jay Z say something like this before. Emily, what up? What up? Peace and blessings. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry, I'm just checking out your comment, just now seeing it. I went to grab me some little snacks and whatnot. But yeah, I love what you do. I love your cosplay characters. I'm very proud. Much love. And that's the same way Usher was doing to Justin Bieber, bringing him up the way that he was brought up. And I guess with P. Diddy as well, but you'll see why they do these things to the children, what this stuff is about. Whoa. That is gruesome and wow. Now, I don't know the extent of the Diddy parties, but this sounds something like that. I'm not sure. Starting to give like I don't even really know what to say at this point. Like, wow, you know. I'm disgusted, to be honest, very disgusted. And the things that they do to denounce God is just like, wow, really? I'm disgusted. That's all I can really say. I don't really have words for this type of stuff. I very feel for the victims in these situations. The tactics they use is just wicked, very, very wicked. I don't see anything good coming from any of this. Whoa. Hmm. Wow. Man, that break my heart. Really do. Really does. Just hearing these people testimony, man, my heart goes out to these people. In America, they do in Dubai for these content creators, OnlyFans. You heard about the Dubai trips. They was doing that same stuff, but for money. And, getting urinated on and different groups of people doing this type of stuff. And some people never make it back home. It's a sick world we're living in, man. It's very demonic, very, very wrong. Oh, yeah. Man, this brings tears to my eyes. um, Nothing could separate us from the love of Christ, even if you're new to my channel. How deep you are into this stuff, if you are, there is still hope and there is still light at the end of that tunnel. And all you have to do is accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior and repent from your sins and denounce all of these evil things that you partake in. Spiritual warfare is very, very real. I've never done any of this stuff, but I have experienced those night terror. It's torture, to be honest. Like, when that first started happening to me, I felt like I was joining a cult. I was talking to this prophet, corresponding through mail. A famous one on TV. They used to come on at nighttime, with the this, the that, the different preachers at night. And for years I dealt with like, cause I started in my spirit I started feeling like this at first in my spirit, like this isn't right. Maybe this is what I shouldn't be doing for harmful. I mean, harmless, not harmful. Simple little things like planting fruit trees and seeds and different little stuff, money, sending out money, whatever, right? There wasn't anything in my mind that was demonic. But nevertheless, and for sure, when I stopped corresponding with this guy, I began experiencing night terror. God for a while. I don't even know what got me into this. Let me see. This was before my sister passed, and it didn't help. It didn't help at all because I was experiencing this, and when my sister passed, it kind of like separated me from God as far as um, I was angry with God, just to be honest. I felt like those demons. Whenever I hear somebody saying this, oh God, cringe in my soul. So I probably was possessed or something. I don't know. But after my sister died and having those experiences before, it really just was, it was a breaking point to where I could have lost my faith, just to be honest. And having those experiences afterwards was like, wow, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. But I can testify that when you call on Jesus, He will be there for you. And He's always there waiting for you to call on Him so that you can spend time and experience the love that He has for us. He died for our sins, for every one of us. Whether you choose to follow Christ or not, He's waiting for you. I don't know what just happened. Uh, I think we're gonna end it with that. We're getting way, way, way over. But I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. Yeah, it's a very deep one. But it's more to come from that. I got a catalog I want to share with y'all relating to this topic of spirituality and also how to just receive the universe and flow with the universe in abundance and be fruitful as we were designed and called to do. Um, to have some discernment with people, places, and things because evil lurks. Evil lurks. Evil is always around waiting to steal, kill, and destroy your happiness, your relationship with God. Uh, I just encourage you all to pray and choose a side, you know, because this battle was real. But nevertheless, digest a little bit of this. It's going to take a little bit of time to go over what I just heard, what I just learned, and what I've experienced through this review. Where they was ending it saying the church is the only true enemy of Satan, the only foe capable of understanding and hindering his plan. The church must, however, study her enemy and his plans more thoroughly in the light of spiritual battle. So that's how it ended. Matthew chapter 6 is the Lord's Prayer, in case you guys not sure how to pray, what to say when praying. And it's as simple as this. If you guys want to pray after watching something demonic like this, I'm not scared at all about it. It's just overwhelming. You know, the suffering of people who wants to have a chance at life and their authority figure, their elders, whoever, right? People who have their mind messed up and who's stuck into this type of stuff. Respect your elders, yes. Nevertheless, I'm not saying that. You know, the thing is, uh, just because information was passed down and that's the culture and that's how your peoples or whatever, right? You have to find your own way. That's why I always say the marathon continues. Getting to know yourself. And you can be bombarded with all these thoughts and these people that want you to join their program. I just encourage you to stand 10 toes down and spend time getting to know yourself and praying to God to have discernment so that you can be aware of these traps and don't fall into them. I'm not sure how I fell into these traps. Believer of Jesus Christ, I've been baptized 3 times. I fall short every day. But to be mindful, be aware, to be aware is to be alive because you realize, you know, what type of stuff you're partaking in. You realize what tools to use to have a little bit of safety, you know, a little bit of protection. Um, Kind of going all over the place because I'm thinking about my experiences, and uh, it kind of break my heart, you know, to be experiencing not form physically you can't breathe, move, and you're seeing these spiritual things, and this is really viewing you, just like we used to fist fight, and you feel it just like that, the anger from someone else, and we invite these things into our lives, you know, entertainment, what you entertain it enters your realm, to your spirit. And it really does do a number. And sometimes you really be stuck battling these things, but you don't have to fight alone, nor do you have to fight these battles. You call on Jesus Christ and he'll be there for you. But peace and blessings. I appreciate you all for sticking around. Peace and prosperity, man. This week be blessed. These flies are on me. I don't like flies. They annoying. they more vicious this year than ever. I haven't been around any kind of flies like this since down south in Alabama and Mississippi. And even they a little more chill than these right now. But anyway, may you all stay blessed, stay enlightened, and make sure that you all continuously to chase your dreams. You will see your dreams come true as if you get started and don't stop. Just here to encourage you all to stay mindful, stay prayed up, and to stay on your journey, stay on your marathon until the race is finished. And also, if you're new to my channel, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Peace and blessings from Aaron Glenn through Team Angie. Make sure y'all guys go check out the website as well if you're looking to start a 90-day challenge. You want to try something different as far as making money online, starting with the blueprint. And this is the stepping stone. And with this stepping stone, you build from it and you build through it. It's just like you want some bricks, right? Well, here's the blueprint. And here's the first brick. And that blueprint teaches you how to make your own bricks. So you don't have to have any middleman to get these supplies. It's not resale rights. Meaning it's that strategic plan written down in a throughout the way of growing your online business. But nevertheless, the link's in the bio, teamngllc.com. Make sure you grab your free blueprint and check your email list again for the newsletters that we send out weekly, as well as everything that Team Angie has going on. Tips and tools and actionable stuff to manage stress and anxiety. Free blog, Talks with Team Angie, Tuesdays and Thursdays. If you're an artist or you like art and enjoy art, uh, check out the bottom page of that website, teamngllc.com, and you can have these a part of me with a part of you. I know you've seen this picture before. Yes, this is done by me, hand painted. I enjoy what I do, and I do it well, I believe. I just started painting like almost a year ago with one of my cousins, and just gave me something a peaceful thing. It's a stress relief activity. As you can see, what side are you on? I turned these two photos into Giphies and NFTs. Turn your passions into profit. This is what I do. This is what my mentorship is important. I also get mentored myself. I just had a meeting earlier today. But I got like things going on, a lot of projects that's in the they really didn't have their stuff together at the time. I didn't feel like waiting. But that was on me. But anyway, I don't want to hold you guys up either. Peace and blessings. You know what it is. You ready to start making your own way? You want to end this year with a bang and strong finish? 90-day challenge will be pretty for you. Start that momentum and get going. September 22nd will be my third year in business. I'm new to this, still learning along the way. The only difference between me and anybody else want to be in this position is I got started. I had to stop, and I won't stop. But nevertheless, peace and blessings. Thanks for tuning in. If you're looking to make this money online through Team Angie Live Mentorship, go ahead, grab that blueprint and see what best fits your needs. Payment plans available. Earn while you learn. Blessings from Team Angie. Happy day. Feliz Luna.